Navy cop now? You're not built for that, son.
They're always with you. The stories you've told. The ones you never could.
Good work, Broby.
This is a story I don't tell.
Hey, lovely viewers, welcome to our channel Shows Update. Exciting insights into NCIS Origins. Can the prequel thrive without Gibbs? The much-anticipated trailer for NCIS Origins raises eyebrows by admitting that its success hinges on the beloved presence of Mark Harmon. As fans eagerly await the prequel, Austin Stoll reveals the surprising story of how he almost missed the opportunity to join the iconic franchise. With Harmon's character, Gibbs, looming large, will the new series capture the essence of what made NCIS a hit? Don't miss the full story as the cast and creators delve into the challenges and hopes of this thrilling new chapter. NCIS Origins trailer admits that it cannot succeed without Mark Harmon's appearance. The new trailer for NCIS Origins effectively admits that it will have a difficult time succeeding if it doesn't feature an appearance from Mark Harmon. After almost 20 years in the flagship series of the evolving NCIS franchise, the veteran actor walked away from the project that made him a household name. Harmon already had a solid career before the CBS procedural premiered in 2003, but being on the show weekly as the no-nonsense Leroy Jethro Gibbs catapulted him to a different popularity stratosphere. So when he exited the show in 2021, he left a massive void in the cast. Since Harmon's Gibbs retired in NCIS Season 19, MCRT has moved on. Gary Cole's Alden Parker took over the team, and while he has big shoes to fill, he has been doing a great job steering the new squad forward. Admittedly, Harmon is still missed in the main NCIS. Because of how he was written out, his return remains a favorite topic among longtime followers of the series. Gibbs will come back to NCIS, only this time, the franchise is going back for it. A younger actor will step into the character's shoes, but Harmon's appearance is still a necessity. NCIS Origins trailer physically features Mark Harmon's Gibbs. Harmon reprises Gibbs briefly in the NCIS Origins trailer. Despite Sean Harmon playing the role in the flagship show, Austin Stoll will play young Gibbs in NCIS Origins. Set in 1991, the first prequel in the procedural franchise will reveal the beginning of the famed character in the agency. On the heels of his stint as a Marine and the devastating murder of his first wife and daughter, Shannon and Kelly, NCIS will show a different version of Gibbs, as he slowly becomes the fierceness leader that the MCRT eventually gets. Because of the period of the series, a recasting was inevitable. Harmon, on the other hand, will still be involved. Aside from producing the show, he will also provide the narration of NCIS Origins. This storytelling approach is inspired by another CBS prequel, Young Sheldon, which featured Jim Parsons' version of Sheldon post The Big Bang Theory providing the voiceover. Despite his supposed off-screen role, Harmon still makes an appearance in the NCIS Origins trailer. His cameo is rather brief, since the marketing clip is focused on establishing Stoll. Short as it is, this part in the NCIS Origins trailer effectively admits the big challenge for the prequel: it will be very difficult for it to succeed without any appearance from Harmon. For almost 2 decades, he brought the character to life, and even after a few years since he left, he remains synonymous with it. This doesn't mean that Stoll won't be great in the role. He has the opportunity to make his own mark as the character, but that will take time. As it is, however, the public still associates Gibbs with Harmon. Why NCIS Origins trailer needed to include a shot of Mark Harmon as Gibbs? Harmon is a great marketing tool for NCIS Origins. NCIS is one of the most successful shows on network TV. It was the most watched existing series during the 2023 to 2024 TV cycle. That said, not everyone is aware of the happenings beyond the events of the flagship series. CBS has been launching spin-offs for the procedural for years now, and all the previous offshoots are easily understandable just from their titles alone. Things are different with NCIS Origins, however. Aside from being the first prequel series in the universe, its title also doesn't establish early on that it is a Gibbs-centric story. Even though Stoll will primarily play the character on the screen, longtime fans of NCIS will be more inclined to check it out upon learning about how it's tied to Harmon. Gibbs is one, if not the most beloved member of the NCIS cast. That said, those who may not be aware of what NCIS Origins may actually be about can be skeptical about the new project. Seeing Harmon somehow involved is a great way to sell his origin story. Even though Stoll will primarily play the character on the screen, longtime fans of NCIS will be more inclined to check it out upon learning about how it's tied to Harmon. Will Mark Harmon actually appear in NCIS Origins episodes? It shouldn't be difficult for Harmon to appear in NCIS Origins. At this point, Harmon's role in NCIS Origins is purely off-screen. His narration will bookend every episode of the series, as it is told from his perspective. That being said, seeing him in the prequel's trailer is a positive indication that the door is open for him to make a cameo. For what it's worth, he doesn't have to do much if they decide to show him in his new home base in Naktok Bay, Alaska. Seeing him can also provide additional context to NCIS Origins story, particularly why he is revisiting arguably the most difficult years of his life. NCIS Origins Austin Stoll shares how he almost missed learning he'd been cast in the CBS prequel, and Gibbs would be proud. Although Sean Harmon portrayed a younger Leroy Jethro Gibbs in multiple episodes of NCIS, he won't be doing so again for the upcoming prequel NCIS Origins. Instead, he's executive producing the series alongside his father, Mark Harmon, the original Gibbs actor, and Austin Stoll will play the Gibbs we're following along with in 1991, a few months after his first wife Shannon and their daughter Kelly were murdered. Ahead of Origins' arrival to the 2024 TV schedule, Stoll recalled how he nearly missed learning he'd been cast in the CBS prequel, and Gibbs would be proud of what happened. In an interview with
Ew.
The Bridge of Spies, and the Hating Game actor shared that after doing an initial reading, he flew to Los Angeles to do an official audition for NCIS Origins in front of Mark and Sean Harmon, as well as fellow executive producers David J. North and Gina Lucida Monreal. After taking some direction from the elder Harmon, who was ultimately impressed with how Stoll did, the new Gibbs actor went back home to Vermont. 1 month later, he came close to missing the call informing him that he'd nabbed the role that Stephen Amell also auditioned for, with Stoll explaining, "Where I live is off the grid a bit. I walked back into the house, just got back on to service again, and there was a phone call coming through. So, truly, 2 minutes before then, I wouldn't have gotten the call. And it was David and Gina, and they were telling me that, essentially, my life was about to change." Considering how much Leroy Jethro Gibbs loves spending time in nature, to the point that he made his last present-day appearance in NCIS Season 19's 4th episode when he found peace in the Alaskan wilderness, Austin Stoll almost missing the good news about NCIS Origins because he was out in an area of nature without cell reception is so great. The irony isn't lost on David J. North and Gina Lucida Monreal either, with the former saying they laughed so hard about that. No doubt other attempts would have been made to call Stoll to let him know he'd be playing Origins' lead, but it's still good that he was able to pick up on the first try. In addition to Austin Stoll playing the younger Gibbs, Mark Harmon will also narrate the new series as the older Gibbs, who's now been retired from NCIS for several years. Stoll is joined in NCIS Origins main cast by Kyle Schmid as Mike Franks, Mariel Molino as Lala Dominguez, Tyla Abercrombie as Mary Jo Sullivan, and Diane Rodriguez as Vera Strickland. The lineup of recurring characters includes Caleb Martin Foote as Benjamin, Randy Randolph, and Robert Taylor as Jackson Gibbs, Leroy Jethro Gibbs' father, who was previously played by the late Ralph Waite on NCIS. Thanks for watching this videos. Please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up.